Hey everyone, this is Asbed Bedrossian.
And this is Hovik Manucharyan.
And this is our periodic touch base with Gev Iskajyan on the latest conditions during the Artsakh Blockade. Gev lives in Stepanakert. He is with the ANC in Artsakh, Nagorno-Karabakh. Today is February 7, 2023. Hey Gev, how are you doing?
Hello, Gev.
Hi, guys. Hope you're all well. We're doing well, all things considered.
So the last time we talked, we were all surprised that they hadn't turned off the gas for 5 or 6 days. And very quickly after we recorded the podcast, they turned off the gas. And now I understand it's been turned back on, but maybe in a limited fashion.
Yeah, so the gas was cut off for about 24 hours here following, our last talk. I can tell you that today, at least in the residential areas, when I got home, I turned it on. It seems to be on right now. And I think it is available in very limited qualities at the gas stations as well. I was checking some of the gas stations tonight. There were massive lines, which means that it's open. But again, you still have people waiting 2-3 hours in line for those gas reserves because they don't know when, the last time they can fill up is. So I can tell you there's almost like half a kilometer long line today.
Wow. Okay. What about bakeries and other businesses?
So here, the way that it works in a lot of the residential buildings, on the bottom floors, the stores and bakeries are there. So most of the time, if the residential area has gas, then the entire building has gas. So that would mean that most of the stores have gas as well.
Gev, I was reading the notice by the Artsakh Information Center, and they specifically mentioned that the gas is, yes, turned on for residential, and maybe that includes the bakeries if they are tied to the residential lines. But specifically, they mentioned schools will be closed, will continue to remain closed because Azerbaijan has essentially not turned the gas up to the level it was before. And they're blatantly toying with the population of Artsakh. So I think it's really important for our listeners to understand that this is not like, they turned it back on, fine. But it's creating essentially havoc and real hell, so you can't plan around this. Imagine trying to start schools up and shut them down as gas is available or it's not available. Basically, it stymies the work of institutions, including education.
Absolutely.
And for our listeners, this is the sixth time that Azerbaijan since the beginning of the blockade has turned off the gas and turned it back on again.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well, like you said, Gev, they're trying to make it very unreliable and create uncertainty and demoralize people.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. And we've seen, even in these lines, let's say there's a gas station or two that's open, and it's not all the gas stations that are working. I only saw one that was up. And like I mentioned, some of the lines stretch for over a kilometer long. And we've seen situations where while people are waiting in line to fill up their cars, they've had to abandon their cars on that road. Because they're literally sitting in their cars for an hour or two, or sometimes even more.
Okay, let's leave it there for today. For my part, I am looking forward to President Biden's State of the Union this evening because my congressman, Adam Schiff, has invited Artsakh's permanent rep in D.C., Robert Avetisyan, as his guest to attend the State of the Union.
Yeah, and I think that it's a positive signal from, at the very least, maybe not the U.S. administration, but the U.S. legislative branch, that Artsakh is on the top of their minds. Adam Schiff being, one of the premier legislators here with a big profile, and a big name that helps us. And I think it's indicative, and hopefully we can talk about this throughout the week, of the push that the United States legislative branch is making to enforce some punitive measures on Azerbaijan because of this blockade. So I think there's a lot more to see this week, and I look forward to talking to you guys about it.
Yeah, so maybe in a day or two when we get back together to discuss, we'll have a lot more topics to put on the table.
Sounds good. Good talking to you guys.
Take care, Gev.
Take care, Gev.
Take care, guys.